Hello student of class 12, once again with a new video, and in this video we are going to discuss about capacitor. Capacitor, also known as condenser. Earlier it was known as condenser, but now the name is capacitor. Both are the same thing. As you see, the condenser used in the fans when the fan is not working properly. So the electricians say that the condenser is not working, means that condenser is known as capacitor. So capacitor and condenser are the same thing. So capacitor is a device to store charge, and in turn it gives electrical energy. So what is capacitor? Capacitor is a device. It is a device. It is a device to store charge and in turn stores electrical energy. So this is a capacitor. It is a device to store charge, and when this device stores charge, that is stored in the form of electrical energy. And any conductor can store charge to some extent, but we cannot give the charge in infinite value to a conductor. When the charge is given to the conductor, and suppose that this is a body, and Q charge is given to this conductor, not as immediately or at the same time we are not giving the charge Q to this body. Some part, suppose dQ is the first amount of charge which is given to this body, and initially the body is uncharged, and dQ charge is given to this body. When the next part of the dQ is given, so this charge dQ is now in the electric field of this charge. So some extra work is done because this charge will repel this charge dQ again. Now again, when the small amount of dQ charge is again given to this body, so as you increase the number of charge in this body, the electric field increases because the charge values increases, and so the potential also of this body increases because the work is done in bringing the new charge or the amount of charge when the body is given to the charge. So the value of the work done increases, and that work done is stored in the form of potential energy, or we can say that when a body is stores charge, it stores energy also. So when charge is given to the conductor, its potential increases, but charge cannot escape the conductor, because suppose the charge is given and the number of charges are more, but the charge will not leak outside. The charge will not leave this body, this surface, because outside this body there is a air, and air is a bad conductor, or we can say that air is a dielectric. So due to increasing charge, the potential increases. Due to increasing charge, potential increases. Now once again, you understand what I want to say. Suppose the body is given a charge Q, so we cannot give the charge Q at the same moment. The small part of the charge dQ first given to this body. When this charge is given to this body, no work is done. because there is no other charge present in this body. But when the next amount of charge dq is given, this charge repel this charge, and so extra work is done to bring this charge here. Now again when the third charge is given to this body, again now the more work is required. So as you increase the number of charge, the more work is needed to bring this charge to this body. So as the work is increases, energy increases, and so due to increase in energy, due to increase in charge, the potential of the body also increases. So when due to increasing charge the potential increases to such extent that air touching the conductor starts getting ionized, and hence charge gets leaked. Suppose this body is given charge. As the number of charge increases, the electric field increases, and the electric field increases, the surrounding air had some molecules of atoms. So these atom contain some charges. Now due to increasing the electric field, this atom also come in the electric field of this charge. The charges inside this atom experiences some force, and due to that force the charge from the atom leaves the atom, and now we say that the air get ionized. The air get ionized, or we can say that the charge starts leaking. So there is a leakage of charge. So no more charge can be stored and no more potential increases. This is the limit of charging a conductor. Means a conductor can be charged to a certain limit, because as you increase the charge the potential arises. As you increase the charge, electric field increases, and due to the presence of electric field, the surrounding air, surrounding medium has also some charges are there which come in the electric field of this charge. So they experiences some force and they leave the atom. So we can say that now the atom is ionized, or in the other form we can say that the charge start leaking. So there is a limit of charging a conductor. 3 into 10 to the power 9 volt per meter is electric field which ionize the gases or which ionize the air. This is electric field. This is the electric field to, or electric field can ionize air. If this such amount of electric field arises, so air can be ionized, or we can say that charge start leaking. Now what is the capacitance? What is the capacitance of a conductor? The next is capacitance of a conductor. Capacitance is shown by symbol C. Capital C is the symbol for capacitance. C is equal to Q upon V, where Q is the charge and V is the potential. So we say that capacitance of a conductor is the ratio of charge to it by rise in its potential. Whatever the potential is rise and what the amount of charge is given, if you find the ratio of that, you will find the capacitance. Or we can say, if V is equal to 1. V is equal to 1. Then C is equal to Q. If V is equal to 1, then C is equal to Q. So we can say that capacitance of a conductor is equal to the charge which can change its potential by 1 volt. So this is a definition of capacitance, or this is the meaning of the capacitance. Means capacitance of a conductor is equal to the charge which can change its potential by 1 volt. Whatever amount of charge is given and the potential rises to 1 volt, that is equal to the capacitance. Means C is equal to Q. Capacitance of a conductor is equal to the charge which can change its potential by 1 volt. So this is known as capacitance. What is the unit of capacitance? Unit of capacitance, very important. 1 marks question is, what is the unit of capacitance? The unit of capacitance is farad, and the symbol is capital F. This is the symbol of farad, capital F, and it is the unit farad. Now what is 1 farad? How can you define 1 farad? So 1 farad is capacitance. 1 farad is capacitance of such a conductor whose potential increases by 1 volt when charge of 1 coulomb is given to it. This is very important definition of 1 farad. 1 farad is capacitance of such a conductor whose potential increases by 1 volt when charge of 1 coulomb is given to it. Means if you see here, C is equal to 1 coulomb upon 1 volt is equal to 1 farad. 1 farad is the capacitance of such a conductor whose potential increases by 1 volt when charge of 1 coulomb is given to it. Means 1 coulomb of charge is given and potential rises to 1 volt, then we can say that capacitance is 1 farad. So farad is a very big quantity, farad is a very large quantity because coulomb is a very large quantity. So in the numerical purpose, in the practical purpose, we are using the smaller quantities, the smaller unit of the capacitance, and the small unit of capacitance is microfarad. Smaller unit is microfarad, and it is denoted by mu f. Mu f is microfarad, and 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad. 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad. And similarly, The second unit we can use in the numerical also. In the numerical this is given. It is picofarad. Picofarad. It is denoted by PF. And 1 picofarad is equal to 1 picofarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 12 farad. So this is the unit of capacitance. Smaller unit of capacitance is microfarad, or we can use picofarad also. Because coulomb is a big quantity, coulomb is a large quantity, that's why the farad is also a large quantity. So for the practical purposes, for the numerical purposes, for this reason we are using this smaller unit, and these are microfarad and picofarad. 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad, and 1 picofarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 12 farad. Now capacitance of a spherical conductor. Capacitance can be of any shape. It is cylindrical, spherical, or we also learn about parallel plate capacitor in the coming this chapter. So we are discussing about the capacitance of a spherical conductor here. So what is the capacitance of a spherical conductor? How can we find it? Suppose that this is a sphere, this is a conductor, a spherical conductor of radius r. So if charge q is given, to this spherical conductor of radius r, its potential rises, its potential increases. What is the potential? Suppose that the charge is given to this body, and in the previous chapter we had learned about that whatever the potential is there, potential will be same outside or inside. Means all the charges are to be assumed that they are the center. Suppose q charge is here and r distance. If you find the potential here, if you find the potential here, it will be always 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. So this is the potential rises when the charge q is given to the spherical conductor. So when a conductor is given q charge, the potential rises by V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. And we discussed that capacitance is C is equal to charge given, and what is the potential rises? The ratio of that means q upon V. This is the capacitance, since capacitance is equal to q by V. So in place of q you can write q, but in place of V you use this relation. So this will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and q by r. So q cancel each other. Now all the term will be go upside. So capacitance of a spherical conductor will be 4 pi epsilon naught r. So this is the capacitance of a spherical conductor. From here, if you see this relation, this is the capacitance, this is the constant value, pi is also constant, epsilon naught is also constant. Means the capacitance of a spherical conductor depend on the radius of the conductor. Means if you increase the capacitance, means if you have to increase the radius. More the radius, more the capacitance. So we can say here capacitance of a spherical conductor depends only on the radius or size of the conductor. The capacitance of a spherical conductor depend only on the radius or size of the conductor. More the radius, more will the capacitance. From this relation, it is very clear that for a spherical conductor, if you increase the radius, the capacitance increases. Since the radius of the earth is approximately 6400 kilometer, so the capacitance of earth is approximately equal to 711 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. So this is the capacitance of a earth whose radius is 6400 kilometer. So in this video, till here you have to revise that what is the capacitance of a spherical conductor, what is capacitor, what is capacitance, what is the unit of the capacitance, how can you find the capacitance of a conductor, means ratio of Q and V, what is 1 farad, definition of 1 farad, definition of capacitance, and what is the capacitance of a spherical conductor. On this the numerical also asked in the exam, so practice on this topic from NCERT and from your reference, solve the numericals, and if you have any problem then call me on my number or message in the group. Till then, thank you, have a nice day.